Hey, it's Joddie Taylor of SnackySays. Welcome back to my podcast, the SnackySays podcast. Today I am chatting about my hair removal picks, my hair removal faves. This is sort of a follow-up or a companion piece to a podcast episode I did a few months ago entitled 4 Facial Skincare Picks from Cetaphil to Welly Face Savers. So I just did a quick chat about the things that I happen to use on my face. And so I thought today I would chat about my hair removal techniques to make it sound fancy. I use very few things. I am a hairy person, and the older I get, I find that I've gone from being hairy to furry. It's ridiculous. I actually read about this in a book called The Body, A Guide for Occupants by Bill Bryson. Maybe you've heard of this book. I'll put a link in the show notes, but you could also pick it up at the library. And so there was a section where he was talking about folks getting older and losing hair in some places and growing hair in other places. And I just immediately thought of I don't know, older men with hair growing out of their ears. Ha ha, the joke's on me. Don't worry. Well, you're probably not worried about this. I don't have hair growing out of my ears, but I did need to buy. Let's start with this one. I did need to buy a nose hair trimmer, which really, I was like, what next? What fresh hell is this? Why is this happening to me? And I thought back to to this book. I'll put a link in the show notes. Actually, let me look it up right now. I mean, you can get, if you need it. Gosh, I hope you don't. But if you need it, let me find the brand that I use. Okay, I got this on Amazon a couple of years ago. It's just simply called Air and Nose Hair Trimmer Clipper. Words I thought would never come out of my mouth. And the brand is Zurami. I don't know how to pronounce it, but again, the link will be in the show notes. So I read a whole bunch of reviews before I got the one that I got. I will say with this, which comes up in reviews, it does get super hot. Be careful, read the instructions. And that seems, the getting hot, I want to sing getting hot. That seems to be, or at least when I was shopping for one, that seemed to happen with a lot of different, I want to say, let's move on from those hair trimmer clippers. Anyway, if you need one, here you go. This is the one I use. Gosh, shudder. Well, not shudder. It's natural. I never thought that I would need one, but I do. If you need one too, here you go. But there are plenty on the market, and it looks like this one is on sale now. Let's move on. This was not even on the list. How could I forget? How could I forget that? Okay, Schick Intuition Razors for Women. I have had this for 10 years. I've been using this for 10 years, and in 10 years, I've had two of the these are refillable. So I just buy the refills. I've just been buying refills for 10 years. About 2 or 3 years ago, I bought my second razor. What do you call that? The standalone piece. Hold on. Looks like it's just called a razor. And if you buy the razor for the first time, it usually comes with 2 or more refills, depending on where you are shopping. So in 10 years, I've only had two of the razor parts. I just buy refills. These things last forever. And in the end, I mean, I could have continued to use the one that I had. I just wanted a different color, and I wanted a razor that didn't look like I had it for 8 years. That's basically what it came down to. I like these because you're not discarding your razors. I don't know how often you use your razors, but you're not discarding them often. You're not changing them. So it's a bit more environmentally friendly, unless you're recycling them. And again, I've only used 2 in 10 years. To me, these are such a great buy. They travel really well. And because I am hairy and I have coarse hair, what I like about these blades, I should get one in front of me. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I think it has 5 blades instead of 1 or 2 or 3. Let me just look. 4 blades. Okay, it has 4 blades, not 5, excuse me. It has 4. Now, what I've paired this with very recently, I've only had it for about a month or less, is TreeHut's Bare Vanilla Hydrating and Moisturizing Shave Oil. I was actually looking for TreeHut Body Scrub And this popped up while I was searching. I love TreeHut body scrubs. I've mentioned them a few times in the past. This popped up and it had such great reviews. I was just curious. The thing about the Schick razor, which I didn't mention, but you'll see if you click on the link or you're familiar with it, is that it basically has what I will call a bar of soap around it. If you can picture a razor in the middle of like a bar of soap. So you don't need to buy shaving cream. So 11 years ago, before I got this and the refills, I would always buy shaving cream. So I haven't bought shaving cream in like forever because you don't need it. But I thought this thing has such great reviews, and this one is vanilla. It comes in other scents, and I love TreeHut. So I thought, why not? Well, I recommend it. The scent I'm not so crazy about. It's not that I don't like it, but I thought I was going to love it based on some of the reviews. What I love is the result. So you put on this moisturizing shave oil. You can use it dry or you can use it wet. For the Intuition razor though, it should be wet, but you'll see that on the instructions. But it's such a smooth, a smooth finish. It really adds something to your shave. And I think like if you're shaving your legs, I feel like, again, I am a hairy person. I don't have to necessarily shave as often as I was before. There's something just smoother about it. It's only been a month, but I know I'm going to keep buying this and stock up on it. I might try other scents. So I wanted to put on your radar, especially if you're not using a razor that comes with a built-in, I want to get the language right. And I have one more hair removal product maybe two. Hold on a second. Built-in moisturizing bar. That's what it's called, a built-in moisturizing bar. So it can lather and shave. If you don't have a built-in moisturizing bar on your razor, then I 150% recommend the TreeHut Bare Vanilla Hydrating and Moisturizing Shave Oil. They do have other scents, so you can check those out. So the other hair remover I'm going to mention is Veet Gel Hair Removal Cream Sensitive. You can use it for a bikini area you want or another sensitive area. Read the instructions. I accidentally got, I think, Near, and it was for something else. Like these hair removers are for certain body parts, so don't get it confused and follow the instructions to the T. Waxing I've done, but I haven't done it in a really long time, so I'm not going to talk about it. When I did do waxing, it was extremely painful, but boy, it was practically worth it. No, it was worth it. The results speak for themselves, but so painful. But if I, for some reason, get the guts to get waxed again, I'll talk about that in a future podcast episode. I do want to talk about threading. That's something I might try myself. I have paid to get my eyebrows done. I even got my face threaded. And there is a place, if I'm not mistaken, there is a place locally near me, and maybe there's one near you. It's something to consider. I'm going to put a YouTube video that I saved for myself in the show notes. Let me see who it's from. It's called Threading 101, How to Remove Facial Hair Using Thread. And it's from my Pawfect, Pawfect family. She has, I think, at least 6 YouTube shorts and including 6 total, maybe more, YouTube shorts and long form videos on threading. So if you're interested, check her out. It doesn't cost much for its thread. You probably have some in your house. Sorry, I'm tapping my fingers. If I saved this tutorial for myself, like I said, because I was planning on doing it and I didn't do it. Guess who doesn't have thread at home? Me. But if and when I do it, I'll share the results. That's it. So that was my short and sweet hair removal picks. I feel like a follow-up is coming if I do waxing or threading anytime. Okay, let's end here. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast episode or any of my podcast episodes, please share with a friend or 3. And if you haven't already, please subscribe at joddie.substack.com. That's joddie.substack.com. Thanks for listening.